sitting out on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
I think confidence grows, experience matters. I tried to downplay it because I didn't know how our guys were gonna react in the first playoff game. But one thing that my staff and I have tried to instill in these guys is we've been playing playoff baseball for 2 months. Our backs were against the wall from the beginning of August. And I don't want to say desperate because that sounds like too dramatic of a word, but we've been playing all hands on deck for the better part of 2 months. So we don't have to play any different now. We've been doing this as our style of play, for the better part of 2 months. So our players are bought in. They're all in. I almost hit for Torque the other day. He was going to be on the top step, but then he goes up and draws a walk, and Andy comes off, and McKinstry's not pouting. Our team dynamic is second to none.
The boys are back. The Gritty Tigs are back. We know that. They're playing in Cleveland this weekend, start of the series. Rent a cop out there writing tickets. I will fight that bitch if she puts a ticket on my card.
Fight the power.
I have not been there for longer than 2 hours, so she can eat my butthole. Welcome to Woodward Heavyweights. Smash the like button. Easy, Nick, Chris, Chase, I'm Spencer with the Heavyweights. We got a lot to talk about today.
Having a day.
Shout out to AJ Hinch for getting the Detroit Tigers ready to go, having them all humming at the right time as they go into the playoffs.
The reason why I grabbed that clip is even he sounds like he can't give you an answer of how this thing's been going down. But all he knows is, there's not pressure in the playoffs for this team because they've been in a playoff situation the last 2 months, fighting off their back foot the entire time, trying to get there, and they have. So it's not, it is a different stage, but just to stop the chaos has been rolling for 2 months strong now.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch, man. It's been fun to watch. It's a team of legacy, team of destiny, whatever you want to call it. So shout out to the Tigers for keeping us engaged and giving us the best baseball season in the past 10 years in Detroit.
Nick, I know you're the one who showed me that interview.
Yeah, I mean, nothing really surprises me that AJ said there besides maybe that he was going to, well, not even because they showed that they were about to pinch hit for Torque, and thank God he didn't in that scenario because Torque drew a 4-pitch walk from one of the best relievers in the league. Hader, he couldn't find the zone there. Lets up Andy Ibanez, comes up, pinch hits. The next at bat, let's go. Boom. Tigers are going to the ALDS to face division rival Cleveland Guardians. It's going to be a fun weekend. Hopefully we come home. Well, hopefully Monday we're up 1-0. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, I know we're diving into a lot of stuff later, so I don't want to get in too deep.
Have you been seeing the Thanos memes?
Of the Yankees or Yeah, I have. And AL
down.
Central is everybody else.
Yeah, it's all the AL Central and the Yankees now.
Yeah, what about it?
So it's like us, I think we were like Captain America, it was America's team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the Yankees are Thanos.
Well, when all three of them fight him at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's really what it is. This is the team or the division really that was said to be the worst in baseball. It was said to be the worst division by far, and obviously they had the worst team in the division ever, but they got 3 teams that advanced to the divisional series, and you don't see that very often. So shout out to the Central taking care of business, but eat shit, Cleveland, because we're coming for your throat. I'm excited for that. For that series. Should be fun.
Breaking down that game, Exo Screens, UFC 307 tomorrow. Absolutely. We'll be breaking some of that down too. But Spartan, an old Spartan, went crazy last night. Kirk Cousins, granted a little bit OT, and I really wish quarterback stats, you can't do it because it's too far gone now. This is a certain era where you wouldn't be able to measure, but I really wish quarterbacks only got yards for just air, like what they literally threw for, and not the yards after. At least maybe a separate stat versus. I know they're doing that now with the air yards, but
what?
Kirk Cousins, 500 yards last night, and 3 tutties in overtime win.
Yeah, he was slinging that bitch. He looked pretty comfortable in the pocket.
4 touchdowns.
He was making a lot of right calls, throwing the ball to a lot, spreading it around. We saw obviously Drake London was eating. Darnell Mooney had a good game. Ray McLeod was getting involved. Kyle Pitts had a bunch of catches. It was impressive.
Isaiah
Hodges had the game winner. Yeah, it was impressive to see him go out there and kind of pick that Bucs defense apart.
Yeah, it's crazy because we were talking about it yesterday. This side of the room was the Bucs. That side has been the Falcons for the NFC South title. And the offense. That's why I was kind of, I thought the Bucs were going to win because that offense has been alive, and they woke up last night. They got the Bucs number. I don't know what happened to that one. Did you watch all of it, or?
Yeah, I watched it. It was like I said, it was a fun game to watch. They were kind of going back and forth there for a little bit. Baker was making some plays as well. Mike Evans is a monster, but it looked like they just kind of confused the Bucs defense, and they started going tempo. That drive right at the end of the first half where Kirk Cousins hit Drake London like 4 passes in a row. It was impressive. Like I said, he looked very comfortable, and that's something you didn't see in the first couple games out of the Falcons.
72% completion on 58. 58 of them things Kurt threw. That's crazy. 42 of 58.
Crazy ending.
Insane.
Dude, there was no way. Like, I thought it was not possible for them to clock that ball. I mean, I would like to see a replay of everything going on. And where did he get down, and where was that ball snapped? I didn't buy it at all. Obviously, a little biased because we picked the Bucs, but in the long run, this might be better for the Lions, for the Bucs not to be 4-1 with that tiebreaker over the Lions when it comes down to it at the end of the day. So good to see the Bucs get their second loss to now be tied with the Atlanta Falcons at 3-2. When we start thinking long term here for future NFC rankings when it comes to playoff matchups.
Speaking of the Bucs, easy. Were you seeing your boy crashing out on Twitter because they were doing fire Todd Bowles chant? Like, people were saying that.
Really?
People were having that. Yeah, he was having that discourse. He's like, I can't believe I have to acknowledge you idiots, but blah blah blah. He was like defending Todd Bowles' resume. I mean, he shouldn't even be close to on the hot seat, right?
No, not at all. They're
Right.
3-2 right now.
That's
They're
what-
tied
that's
for
what I'm
the first
saying.
place of the division.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't think so. They beat the Lions, which is, were a good
Won a
fucking
playoff
team.
game last year.
Yeah.
How the hell would they? Oh,
New offensive coordinator this year too. I feel bad for those guys. You see Baker's face into that game?
He was pissed.
Heartbroken.
Spanked the Eagles again this year.
Yeah.
No way Todd Bowles should be on the hot seat.
Not at all.
He's the best
At all.
thing that ever happened to that team.
Yeah, I tell you what, if he is, and from the sounds of it, just in previous matchups, he and Dan Campbell are close. And, if AG's going elsewhere,
Come to death
whether
row.
it be come to death row.
I
For
want it,
sure.
I want it, I
For
want it.
goddamn sure, I'd love that. But what were you gonna say?
Nothing.
You about to say something?
Nope.
What's wrong?
Nothing. What is this Kirby Joseph stuff?
Kirby's coming out with a clothing line. Zuper Motion. I think it
Super
was.
motion.
Yeah, I'm a Kirby fan. I've been, since his rookie year, I've been kind of telling you guys I think it'll be something special. So he's coming out with the new clothing line. I figured we'd come out here and let people know. Super Motion. I think that's in a picture or no?
yeah, you did. Here we go.
So this is just the Lions part of it. Is there any way you can zoom in at all?
Yeah, I'm gonna zoom in on it. Give you 1 second here. Let's see what it looks like up close.
He's got other stuff too. This is the Lions piece.
Supercharged. Okay.
Supercharged, yeah.
I see what.
Shout out Kirby.
Yeah, that's a dope shirt.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kirby. Get that money, brother. And the Ennis Rakestraw shit pissed me off seeing that all over Twitter.
Pissed me off too.
It was 100% true.
It was 100% nothing.
No,
he was talking about his hair.
haircut. But I
Bruh.
I posted it.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
And I didn't say nothing about an injury. I added him and said, "Are you good?"
Fans always do that, and we did it last year with Kirby when he posted 97 with a heart, and everybody's like, "Oh, hey, no, just got hurt." Like, no, you don't got to dissect every fucking thing these guys post on their social medias. It's not that serious. I saw like 7 different accounts post it. Look out! He posted this, and then literally the next slide of his Instagram story was like, I was talking about my hair.
I know we talked about like getting paid on Twitter and stuff. I think that absolutely has to do with something nowadays.
100%.
Of people trying to get paid and get engagement.
To be fair, because I posted too, I don't think there's. I didn't say anything about an injury. I just asked him, "Is he good?" Like it's. As for someone who covers sports, or for those, I guess, pages that do cover the Detroit Lions, I mean, I think it's completely fair. Like, depending on how they worded it, if they worded it, he needs surgery, or if they say he's hurt, then fuck those guys. But anyone who was like, "Hey, what's this mean?" I think it's like genuine.
Fair
like,
to ask.
Yeah, it's fair to ask.
It's public.
Yeah,
Domain.
this guy's been on and off the practice report. He plays for the team. That's a thing that happens to football players.
Yeah, but when the next slide is literally him saying it's talking about his hair, and then people are just posting it like
Well, no,
Look
because
out.
that slide came before the other one, and then that slide came up after everyone started posting it.
Yeah,
It
I was
wasn't
gonna say
like
the time.
it wasn't consecutive.
Oh, it was the next slide on the story.
Well, yeah, because he saw people posting about that one.
Yeah. People just need to relax.
Like they're two different. Like one happened like 2 hours before, and the other one happened like.
Yeah, everybody started freaking out over nothing. It happens every year. We did it with J-Mo whenever he does anything. Like I said, Kirby last year when he said 97 with a heart. Everybody's like, oh, Hutchinson's having surgery. What? No, he's not. It was about somebody else. People just need to relax a little bit. That's why social media's kind of fucked up the NFL game a little bit. And like I remember D-Mac and all of them talking about like if they had social media back then, their careers would be over.
For sure.
And it's just crazy now. So many people are so worried about every little thing that happens, and like it's literally nothing.
Yeah. And so many uncredentialed pages have like a strong
Yeah,
voice.
that
Like,
shit's even worse.
That's where it gets shaky.
It's really messy because you have the people that are just like Nick said, engagement farming.
baiting.
Yeah, but they have hundreds of thousands of followers, so it just like it comes off as real. Like those community notes don't happen fast enough. I know he has those community notes on Twitter, but they don't really.
They don't do them quick enough.
They don't do them.
I feel like they stopped them. Like,
No, they just do them like when they want. It's weird. I don't understand it because I've seen shit where I was like, community notes, is this real? And I never got a fucking update or reply. But if I like something, it'll send me an alert like, hey, this is actually happening on this date. Yeah, I was like, bro, how about the fucking thing I was actually curious about? Like, I don't know. But I'm with you on that. Like the if you're gonna put it out there, I guess do it with context or at least be I'm saying, hey, what's going on?
Journalist.
Don't fucking jump the gun a little bit there. Yeah, because the whack stuff was like this past offseason with Hutch. That was probably the more whacker one.
That's what it is like you learn that in journalism is now people only care about being first. Nobody cares about being right.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about actually fact checking, actually making sure what they're saying is true or even remotely true. They just care about being first and putting it out there, and that's what's ruining everything.
The page that pissed me off, the page actually that pissed me off the most, just kind of thinking off the top of my head, is the NFC North news page.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
Everybody fucking, I mean, not everybody, clearly.
You are
How is this guy's post still getting traction? You guys know he's a troll.
Yeah.
Multiple
He
times
just
now.
puts up completely false
complete
tweets.
bullshit. And then this guy has, let me check how many followers this dude has.
It's so ridiculous.
It's a lot. What are we doing?
Yeah, I dealt with that with the Drake Kendrick thing though. That spawned so many just fan pages that just were both sides were just disgusting. It sucked.
Yeah, this guy has 22,000 followers.
See, and that's enough for some average person to look at
That's
that
enough,
and
legit.
think you have a voice.
Insane.
There's
It's
pages
even
with less following that
actually real quick.
report.
I'm gonna call out an actual publication because now I'm seeing they're like sponsored by this guy, or they're sponsoring this dude. Sleeper,
Yeah.
your boys.
My boys.
He's got the fucking
That's
tagline
your
right next to
man.
his name now. So
That's
now for
your
sure,
man.
when this asshole posts stuff, people think it's real. Why the fuck would they do that?
I don't know. They're paying him.
That's fucked up. That's the guy that said, what was it, Ford Field, the ban smoke, or like
There's
allowing smoking?
Yeah, allowing smoking, and they found a dead body.
Yeah,
outside.
that's what it was. They found a dead body in Ford Field, yeah.
Yeah,
Sleeper.
it's just stupid shit.
Come on. Do better.
Tell us about Mark White.
I'll tell you about Mark White. Whether you guys are buying or selling your new home, Mark White is the place to go. He'll save you up to $5,000 on your closing costs. Just give him a call at 248-290-8242. Visit markwhitesells.com. That's 248-290-8242. Visit him again at markwhitesells.com.
And let me tell you about Caesar Sportsbook. You can place a bet up to $1,000 and get all of it back if it doesn't hit by using Woodward 1000 as your promo code. Scan that QR code right there. Your first bet back up to $1,000. Caesar Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit Michigan Sports and Spine or call 248-426-9944. What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. For Easy, Nick, Chase, and Chris, I am Spencer. We are the Heavyweights. You said you wanted to do something before Scooble?
Yeah, Chris got to grab it, though.
Yeah. I got the first one you sent earlier.
What's it about?
So the Lions released the sounds of the game as like Amon-Ra mic'd up.
Oh, yeah. The JMO one?
Yeah, and so you get like different angles of the game, and they caught the David Montgomery truck stick where it's facing the Seattle Seahawks sideline. And some of the screenshots.
No way.
Oh my God, they're awesome.
Yeah. So here's the first few.
Yeah.
Oh.
See those two guys. Like, that's your man's.
That is your man's. I mean, he got obliterated.
He did, and then
here's the others.
One guy.
I mean, like,
that guy on the left was my real life reaction. I was just like,
yeah, you didn't move.
Yeah, I was like,
I mean,
He witnessed a
murder live
Yeah.
on it. Like, that was just absolutely insane. Witherspoon got absolutely cracked, but
oh, I'm gonna see one more the
I would
sideline
have that
touch.
same reaction. Like,
It's-
have you seen the videos of the like opposing, like in the NBA, the opposing team's bench or someone dunks on
Yeah,
right in
everyone's
front?
like-
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Those are my favorite. I
Those
sent
are
one
so
last
good.
one, Chris.
Okay.
No, yeah, that's my best. Honestly, when shit like that happens, that is my reaction most of the time. I really kind of just freeze, like, whoa.
it's
My brain's trying to process.
that was insane. That was completely insane. Like,
It's so hard.
Witherspoon had a full running start, and Monty just dipped his shoulder and put him on the turf.
And so they've been like claiming Ford Field's like one of the loudest stadiums, at least for sure indoor stadiums. I know KC and Seattle, but they're outdoors and they're designed with that intention. But like, you could hear the hit in a crowded Ford Field. Could you hear it from where you were? No, probably not. You're mute. Oh,
Yeah.
having a good
Yeah, I
time.
could definitely hear it. For sure.
I wish you guys could.
Quiet
Could have
offense.
seen Nick
Quiet
mouth
offense
them
at work. Yeah.
So all that's going on, and then here's the person who's supposed to be paying attention to the game. Here's their reaction.
Who's that?
Just like a sideline judge. She wasn't even paying attention. She's just like staring off in space.
I think she's
Probably thinking about Zelda or something. I don't fucking know.
Zelda.
To be fair, I guess she would want to hire people that aren't fans, right?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But like she doesn't. She's not
She's
even
not
paying
making
attention.
any calls or anything.
Yeah, no.
She's probably just a ball boy or something.
She could be a commercial person too. Honestly, you know those people that run on the field, so everyone knows it's a commercial.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, if you ever go to a game, there's like a one guy with giant ass orange gloves, and there's like two people with those type of jackets on, and then they run onto the field for TV timeouts. I don't know if it's to let us know or let them know or what, but yeah, you know Chase. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. You want to talk?
Know what you're talking about. Games before, and I've seen those guys walk on the
You
field.
want to talk?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it tripped me out because you're just like.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was just saying, like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah. That was just an insane hit. It really stopped everything that happened. Like, the entire bar got quiet for a second. We were at second best.
yeah.
And it happened, and everybody's just like, and then he just kept running. We were just like, holy shit.
Dude, I had fun at second best. That was a good time.
That was a good time for sure. Shout out to Leo.
Yeah, shout out to Leo. Cool dude.
Yeah, cool dude.
Is that
Happy
who you guys
birthday
got
to
the
Leo.
pic with?
What'd you say?
Picture with?
Yeah.
We got tons of pics.
Yeah,
Tons of
Oh.
pictures, yeah.
He's like chef in the back.
Oh, no.
No.
I was gonna say I've talked to that guy before.
Yeah, what's
I saw
his
you guys
name?
were hanging out with him.
He's cool shit,
He's
too.
I mean, obviously they make phenomenal food, but real quick on Witherspoon, he's like, when those college highlights came out, he is the one laying the body.
Yeah.
Like, that dude lays massive hits. So that makes it so much more impressive for D-Mont to be the one laying him out when it's supposed to be vice versa.
Yeah.
Bullies get bullied where Demont's from. Like that's literally what it was. Because you're right. Like Devon Witherspoon is a physical player. He hits people. He punishes people. But no, David Montgomery went out there and took care of business. Jesus Christ.
What?
Chad is ridiculous.
What is they saying?
Are we talking Scooble?
Yeah, we talked Scooble. We'll save for the next one. We got we could do Scooble.
Yeah, we can do Scooble because it is official that Scooble will be the starter of Game 2. And about an hour ago, it was said that Tyler Holton will be starting Game 1. You love to hear that because Tyler Holt, I talked about that. I said I wanted Scooble Game 1 because I wanted 2 guaranteed Scooble starts in the first 4. But I also said I don't think they're going to do that. And they're not. And they're going with Tyler Holton because this Cleveland lineup is very similar to the Astros lineup where it's very top heavy. You've got 2 good lefties at the start of the lineup. So you're going to put Tyler Holton out there and hopefully he can, get through those first 3 batters of Stephen Kwan, Jose Ramirez, who you want to keep on the right side of the diamond as much as possible because his better side is his left side. So Stephen Kwan, Jose Ramirez, and then Josh Naylor. Hopefully he can finagle his way through those guys, and then we see Hinch work his magic. 6 different arms come out of the bullpen. You piece his guys here and there. 1 and a third for Bresky, 1 and a third for this guy. Bring in Gunther to get it out here. Then hopefully Vest closes it out. But you don't have to worry about saving guys because he's got Scooble on Game 2.
Yeah, we actually got a clip from him. AJ Hinch is more talking about the thought process with that.
Scooble Game 2 on regular rest. What's the plan with him?
Yeah, Tarek will pitch Game 2. I'm going to talk to Fett. We have a staff meeting this morning at the hotel. We have a workout later today. We've got to set the pitching. We're still trying to decide, are we going to go with 13 pitchers or 12? We carried 12 in the 3-game series. The off days are really on our side when it comes to how we're using our pitching. There's an off day today. There's an off day after tomorrow. There's an off day at home. So there's only one set of 2 games we play back-to-back in a 5-game series. So we're still considering 12 pitchers. Tarek obviously will pitch the second game. And then you do the math. It lines them up for a Game 5 if that's necessary. So, we're still sorting through what Game 1 is going to look like. I mean, it kind of feels weird. If we go with Olsen to start, we'll have back-to-back regular starters. I don't know if we can handle that.
Is that allowed?
I know, exactly. I think it is allowed, but we might do it. But I love opening the game with Tyler Holton too. So we're considering a couple different options, but it's fun to have to map it out.
Yeah, so there you go. That's the game plan. It was said that they're going to start with Holton. So they're going to start with Holton Game 1, which I like. Like, if you're saving Scooble for Game 2, work your AJ Hinchian magic and piece together a 6-player bullpen parlay to get us through Game 1, get a victory there, victory Game 2, then you got 2 home games to seal the series. I like it.
Yeah, I like the thought process. Nick?
Shout out. This was definitely a thought process I was thinking as well. So I want to say Tyler Holton, obviously, he doesn't walk anybody. It's a lot of weak ground ball contact. So when you think about going up against their all-star basically duo or trio, if you want to call it that, and Kwan, even though he's dealt with injuries, to induce weak contact is the biggest thing. You don't want to be letting up over 100 exit velocity against these bats where they can get them in the air. So I believe that's how Tyler Holton is so critical to set the tone early in these games. And then you think about what we've been doing in these bullpen pitching chaos days. It is going to a guy like Hanafi for like 1.2 innings, a righty to maybe match against their righties after we take care of their big lefties. And then that's when I'm throwing Herder right back at him the next time the top of the lineup comes around. I'm bringing in the big lefty, and I'm going right back at those guys with the left, with Quan, with Naylor, and with Ramirez on the right side. That's how I'm going about this. And then when it comes down to the, third time around the lineup, I'm not sure what lefty I'd bring in at that point. But that's how I'm attacking the start of this game. Hopefully the Tigers can scratch off a couple runs early, and that's the biggest key in this game. And like he said, we don't want it to get to Game 5, but if it does, we got the guy that's winning 69% of games when he's pitching for the Detroit Tigers, Tariq Skubal.
Yeah, I like how comfortable he sounded with the schedule of us having the time to rest from the fittest guys in. Like, him saying that gave me a lot of confidence. Not that I didn't already, but in the series at least. And the way he thinks, he likes to space time for get his guys in. I mean, maybe 4 you could fit Skubal if you're scared enough. I mean,
yeah, you can. You wouldn't though. You'd wait until 5. And you look at what AJ Hinch is doing, and like Nick said, you bring in these guys out of the bullpen that all have absolutely nasty stuff that pump balls into the strike zone, and they only get to see the batters once. These batters are only seeing each pitcher once. So you go up there and you started off with Tyler Holton, and he's got nasty stuff. You see him once, you finally get a little sense of what he's throwing at you, and then you got a different guy, your next at bat, throwing you equally as nasty stuff. It's just awesome to see what AJ Hinch has been doing, to see the way he has been masterfully working this bullpen, and it looks like we're going to continue to do that for the start of the ALDS.
How do you feel about it, Easy, saving Skubal?
I like it. Hearing his confidence in the thought process, that's what got me. That's where I'm sold a little bit there, is the fact that he
AJ gives you that confidence, right?
Yes, and in the lefty lineup too, and split it up like that. Obviously Olsen too, like the fact that he spoke of him as a starter, going more than just one, also gave me confidence in that Game 1 lineup too.
Yeah, gives me a lot of confidence. I'm really excited to see how this series starts. But let's go to break real quick. Nick, tell us about the pregame show.
Woodward and Maine. Make sure you guys check out Woodward and Maine on game days, because it's how you should wake up every single game day. It's with Detroit sports media legend Terry Foster. And don't worry, he's not going anywhere. Rising star Matt Broder. Every Sunday, 8 to 9 a.m. And after that, make sure you check out the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame show. It's with Neil Rule and Sean Belizean. Make sure you guys check it out Sunday at 10 a.m. to noon on Woodward Sports. Every home game, it's at Second Best Bar in Detroit. Brought to you by Tangerine Space Machine, Taller Your Long Drink, Sabbath Coffee, and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey.
About those taller long drinks from a New Holland Brewing Company. They are gin-based cocktail made with real grapefruit puree right here in Michigan. They are my favorite canned drink right now. Like, I put down at least 30 of those at the Lions during the Lions game on Monday night at Second Best, so shout out to them. Taller long drinks are delicious. You can't even tell you're drinking a mixed drink. It just tastes like grapefruit. But shout out to Taller Long Drink. Get some yourself. They're the best in the game. Shout out New Holland Brewing.
Hey, Charles. Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage. Hell yeah! Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. Smash that like button. Easy. Chris, Nick, Chase. I am Spencer. We are the Heavyweights.
Shit.
Relax. We got to talk about Jackson Jobe because Jackson Jobe, obviously, he had the most stressful inning out of the Detroit Tigers pitching staff in the wild card series. He made the pitches to get out of it. He put them in a position where they could have got out of that inning with no runs scored after they were bases loaded, nobody outs, because he had the weak dribbler to Spencer Torkelson. Torkelson one hops it to Jake Rogers. They don't get the force out at home. And then the next play, Jose Altuve has a weak fly ball in foul territory that Vierling doesn't get behind, so he has to turn his body to make a throw and they score. Torkelson gets the force out at home. Vierling gets behind that ball and puts a good throw. You're out of the inning and no runs have scored. So I'm not too worried about Jackson Jobe, but here is what AJ Hinch had to say about it.
So I went to him for a couple of reasons. One, I love his stuff, and I think he can be a very big weapon in October, and obviously he's going to be a high-end starter for us moving forward. But going into next year. But I think his where we were at in the order, the way we were using our pitching, I needed some sort of bridge to get to the back end of the game. And we were at the bottom of the order. He has a ton of weapons for left-handed hitters that led off with Caratini with a 92-mile-an-hour cutter. It clips his jersey. And then, the soft single that Pena fights off. We don't play the bunt. He ends up hitting a soft ground ball. Torque throws the ball in the dirt. The fly ball to Vierling, and all of a sudden it looked like a way worse inning than it actually was. He's a really good pitcher. I have a ton of confidence in him. I thought he handled it great. I told him after the game, the fact that he came back and made nasty pitches to Singleton and Altuve shows me that he can handle this moment. So I know when it doesn't work out, I know October, man, everything is questioned. Everybody's curious about it, but we needed 9 outs. And if you look at Will Vest getting a portion of those, I was trying to get the bridge to be able to – and Gunther I thought was going to get Tucker and Alvarez at some point. So those aren't guaranteed outs either. So the volume of outs drove me to either Jackson or Casey or Ty. Went with the stuff and just kind of got nickeled and dimed. So I'm glad he got the experience now. Obviously we won, so everybody can breathe a little bit easier. But I thought he handled it great.
Yeah, old earlobe Jobe. he really couldn't start that inning off by hitting the first batter. It was set up for him to get some easy outs. It was the 6, 7, 8 hitters. You had the 9 hitter as a buffer. And unfortunately, he hits the first guy, and then it kind of snowballs from there. But again, it's not like they were punishing him. It's not like they were seeing all of his pitches and just banging them to the outfield. It was mental errors and poor defense that is what led to that inning being what it was. They should have got out even after hitting the batter, even after loading the bases. Like I said, they should have gotten out of it without any runs scored. So I'm not too worried about Jackson Jobe. If they get into ALCS contention, ALCS, and then eventually World Series play where it's 7-game series, you can expect Jackson Jobe to get some starts for this team.
So that's where I wanted to kind of take this conversation, unless you got something else you want to say, Nick.
Just the biggest thing to me that happened within that interview, that bit that you played, he has tons of weapons for left-handed hitting.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I'm always thinking lefty on lefty because that's what we've seen out of AJ Hinch. But to me, this screams that he has faith in Jackson Jobe to go up against lefties in a big spot. Yes, he did hit the first batter, but the way he says he has tons of confidence in Jackson and he showed him that he's ready, like, I believe that AJ's going to go right back to him in a big spot. And the fact that he said weapons, he has the weaponry for left-handed hitting, Like, he has the stuff to get out lefties, basically, is what I gathered. That was the biggest thing I got from that interview.
Yeah.
Where if there is a really big lefty out that we need to get, and we don't have a lefty guy in the pen, I think he's calling on Job.
Yeah.
I really do.
It's gross because, like, my mindset and just with how well this team's been playing, I almost want to look at the lineups for teams ahead of us. Like, maybe the Mets. I'm saying, World Series, we'll see.
The Mets aren't going to make the World Series. They're going to get swept by the Phillies.
Tigers, Mets, World Series, and calling it now. But I wanted to ask, because Brady told me this earlier today, he said he wanted Joe to start Game 3.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
And not in a sense where he's going 6 innings, just the first 2. The same way Holton may
Have
do
him
tomorrow.
as the opener.
Yeah.
And this is a guy that could give you 3-4 innings if he's feeling good. Like, he would be a lot more comfortable being the starting pitcher. It's what he's done his whole career. He would be a lot more ready to go if he's knowing that he's getting the start in Game 3. He's already experienced some of the playoff atmosphere in hostile environments, so give him the start at home. The crowd will be behind him. He'll be amped up, and he has more room to work with than putting him in a close game in the, 6th inning or 7th inning, whenever it was. So I would not mind him getting the open of the 3rd game. We'll see. I assume it's going to be Reese Olson, but...
To that point, though, real quick, Chris, I think that AJ likes to pick his spots with Job, though. Like, I think he's going to, like he did that game, he went against 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. But it was projected for him to have the easiest path to gaining that confidence. But from what I got from AJ is he did not lose any confidence in Job, besides maybe that first pitch kind of getting away from him. I don't think that happens the second time out here. And we've seen the hits that he's given up. I'm not even counting this bunt that we did not play the right way. It was 2 soft, extremely soft contact singles throughout his now 5 innings that he's pitched in the majors. His only 2 hits he's given up were 2 bloop, extremely soft singles to center.
Mm-hmm.
No hard contact. So I got 100% faith that Jackson Job's stuff plays here and that he is going to be able to absolutely take advantage when AJ puts him in these spots.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going with it to a different degree, and that's why I was a big advocate for Scoob pitching game 1, because I thought if you could somehow steal those first 2, if you could steal those first 2 in Cleveland, and then you are playing with real house money, and it's not a 1-1 tie going into Game 3, that's a perfect spot to put Job in, because I went back earlier. We talked about X factors. I think he's an X factor for me because if he can quickly emerge as a very valuable piece for this pitching rotation, this drastically changes their playoff forecast. So I want to put him in a good position to win, but it sounds like AJ Hinch has all the confidence in the world with him, so it doesn't really matter, and he's going to pick his spot for him. So I feel a lot better, but that was a big push for me with Scoob being Game 1, was to hopefully set up the play for Job to be either Game 3 or 4 and really have a position where he's playing from his strengths and not having to be necessarily relied on, but go out there and show us.
I think you can still do that.
Yeah.
If Scoob will go Game 2.
That's what I mean is reassuring about this.
I thought Olsen starting Game 1, he said. He might start with Holton.
No, Holton starting Game 1.
Holton's Game 1, yeah.
I think they said Holton and then for the first 2 and then Olsen.
I don't think he said anything beyond. I don't think he said anything beyond Holton. I think he just said Holton starting. I don't think he revealed what's going on after that.
Oh, I have to re-listen to the back end of that. I'm pretty sure he said that.
He said he was thinking about doing Olsen, but he likes to do Holton to start games.
Because remember the guy said it was 2 stars back-to-back days. You allowed to do that?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He said we might put Olsen out there, but I like to do Holton, and it was announced today that they're starting with Holton.
Oh, they already announced it.
Yes.
Okay, all right. But is Holton an opener though, and then Olsen? No, I thought that's what he said.
He has not said anything about who is going to go after Holton.
I doubt you'll hear anything about
and
that.
And I doubt
either.
it'll be Reese Olson.
Yeah.
If they're doing a bullpen day, they're gonna do a full bullpen day, and they're gonna put up like Nick said, where you put Hannafy out there, you put Brisky out there, and then you give it to Gunther or Herder when you have those lefties come back up. So yeah, I would not be surprised if it went Holton, Hannafy, Herder, Gunther, Vest, and that's how you do Game 1. And I would be in love with that.
Yeah,
because then you can keep Brisky for the Scooble game.
Yup.
I would. That's what I would do personally.
Yeah, and to think about it, I mean, these bullpen guys are used to going like the day after. Like if a day rest for these bullpen guys, hell yeah, come on. Like, I think all of them are going to be basically fresh unless they pitch maybe 3+ innings, which I don't see happening. I think they might all be good to go in that School Bowl start. If you need your best matchup, I think you can rely on Holton. I think you can rely on Vest. Even if Brisky throws in that first game, he'll be ready to go by Monday. So that's why I think this could, God, if they win game 1, I'm saying it. If they win game 1, this series is over in 3. Boom. Pen drop. Oh, let's go.
I don't hate it. I mean, if they're not going back to Cleveland if they win game 1, because they're definitely winning game 2 with Scooble on the mound.
Yes.
And then you have 2 home games to win the series.
First Comerica playoff game in 10 years.
The place will be insane.
Rocking.
I would love to see that.
We saw what Ford Field liked in their first playoff game. You know, obviously it's different, football, Lions, but God, the way that they used to pack Comerica Park throughout like the early 2000s and whatnot, 2010s, this place is going to be insane.
Yeah.
10 years we've waited. We've been one of the worst teams in baseball, basically all of them. And, yeah, it's going to be insane just like it was for that first matchup for Ford Field.
Yeah, that's for sure. Tell us about Swiss, Easy.
Swiss Insurance, guys, make sure you got the best coverage in the game. It's my guy Mark. Mark, contact him directly via phone number 313-530-1698 or via email mark@swissins.com. Make sure your rates are climbing up on you. Get the best for what you're paying for. It's mark@swissins.com.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
1800 Tequila is the official tequila of the Woodward Sports Lions watch parties and post-game shows. You can join 1800 Tequila and Woodward Sports every Lions game live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township. You can celebrate the wins with the smooth 1800 Tequila. That is a proud sponsor of your Detroit Lions. 1800 Tequila. It is the best tequila in the game. Please drink responsibly.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. Smash that like button for Easy, Nick, Chase, and Chris. I am Spencer. We are the Heavyweights. Appreciate you all for watching. We wouldn't be here without you guys. Now, we kind of did this already, but previewing the ALDS series, Game 1, Nick, who's on the mound for the Guardians?
Big B.
Yeah.
Who's got like a 3.5 ERA.
So you got your righties in the lineup. You're going to have Kerry Bonds out there. You're going to have Colt Keith out there. I expect the 1 through 4 of the Tigers lineup to be Parker Meadows, Kerry Carpenter, Riley Green, Colt Keith, Spencer Torkelson. I think that's going to be the 1 through 5. Or Vierling, you got Vierling too. Yeah, maybe you put Vierling at 2, Green at 3, Carp at 4, Keith at 5.
Yeah, Keith was hitting 5 and Torque 6 against the Astros, at least in game 2.
Yeah, I forgot about Vierling. So yeah, you put Parker 1, Vierling 2, Green 3, Carp 4, Keith 5. I just don't like putting Carp at 4 because, like, if you got a pinch hit for him, you're pulling out your cleanup hitter and shaking some things up. But this should be a game where they can tee off a little bit. This should be a game where they can get their bats going, and you're going to need to against the Cleveland Guardians, because if you don't have the lead going into the later innings, you are not going to win the game, especially when Class A takes the mound. You need to attack these guys early. You need to attack them often. That's why you're going to see Parker Meadows isn't going to be hitting 9 in this series ever. You're going to see the big bats at the top of the lineup because they need to get off to a good start, especially when you got Holton on the mound who can shut down those lefties in the start of their lineup. It's key that you get your guys going early, especially against this Cleveland team.
Yeah, that's the biggest X factor in this game. If you can get to BB early, it's going to really affect how you can use your bullpen in a way. Because if they get up to a big lead somehow, I don't know how, kind of reliable these guys or these arms are going to look. Like, if they get up to a 4 or 5 run lead, are we going to be... Actually, we probably would be going forward. We're the cardiac cats. We come back no matter what in what situation, to be honest. But this guy's 25 years old. He's a righty. Yeah, you're going to stack it with lefties to start because unlike our pitching chaos, this guy's going to go at least probably 5 innings unless he gets absolutely, letting up a bunch of runs, basically. So I think the biggest thing is to get out to the early lead because Class A, game over. Like, you're not going to really be able to do anything. If any team were to do something, it would be this Detroit Tiger team in the ninth to come back. But you do not want to depend on going up against the basically second Cy Young in the AL.
Yeah, it's a weird matchup there too because you got the cardiac cats, the comeback kids or whatever you want to call them, versus that guy. And I didn't even watch him all year long, but I just know if he's being considered for a Cy Young as a closer, it's pretty fucking good. I think it was you or one of you guys said his ERA the other day. It was like
it's like 0.6.
Yeah, something literally fucking insane. But yeah, as long as you get out there early, and then from what I've gathered, just leading into the matchup, they're kind of similar teams. Just younger guys. I think both are top 3 in the league in terms of like youngest teams in the MLB, just in general, let alone like available playoff rosters. But I think we just have the ace in our pocket, no pun intended, and Tariq Skubal.
Yeah, you have the ultimate trump card to where you can do whatever you want. You can move guys around. You can throw as many arms as you want to make sure you get the win in Game 1 because you've got the ultimate equalizer coming in Game 2 where you won't have to worry about saving guys or making sure because you can just put Skubal out there and you know you're going to win the game. I am a little worried about this Game 1, though. I don't know. It's just the nervousness in me. I trust A.J. Hinch for sure, but I would be a lot more comfortable if I saw Skubal on the mound.
I want to ask you guys, so obviously you got the righty starter for the Guardians. We saw guys like Abania step up Game 2. We saw a guy like Jake Rogers step up Game 1. When you think about these players on the Tigers, not really any of them have obviously ever been here besides Matt Vierling. Who do you guys think can bring an X factor to Game 1 where you actually go into Cleveland, take control of this series really by stealing Game 1? Who's your biggest guy on offense?
It's Riley Green. You need Riley Green to be Riley Green. He's got to be the guy in this series. He's got to be the guy going forward. Like, obviously, you have your postseason heroes. You always get those guys in baseball whether it's David Freese or who Wright for the Mets.
It's David Wright.
David Wright, yeah.
Paul Davids.
A bunch of Davids. Yeah, maybe we just need a David out there. But I expect Riley Green to kind of find himself in this series. You got a good matchup for him in Game 1, a righty that has been kind of giving it up a little bit. No Diddy, but he's been known to give up some hits. So hopefully BB. Riley Green, can get on track against BB and make some things happen, and that'll go because your stars need to be your stars if you want to start winning these longer series. Like the Jake Rogers stuff was awesome in the wild card game. But that's a 3-game series. In a 5 and eventually 7-game series, you need your studs to be your studs. So I need to see Riley, and I think he will. I'm pretty confident that he's going to have a big Game 1.
What's their bullpen made of? Lefties, righties?
I mean, they got a good mix.
Yeah,
they have the best bullpen in the league. We have the second right now, or at least like the last couple months.
It's very top heavy with Class A. He definitely makes all of their stats look a lot better. But no, if you get into the 8th against the Guardians and you're trailing, you're not going to win.
And you talked about BB real quick, Chase. He has a 3.52 on the season, or 3.49 on the season, but his last 7, it's a 3.92 ERA. So, yeah, he hasn't been as sharp as of late. Chase?
I just had a quick stat, courtesy of Flannel Sam from earlier this morning, that the Guardians have the fewest quality starts in the American League from their starting pitchers. So just kind of as a way to, measure how good their bullpen has been, not just Class A, but the whole staff that they've been using in Cleveland, they've been performing really well.
Yeah, that's why you got to jump on them early. You got to get to these starters because that is, you get deep into the bullpen and you're going to have a bad day. You're going to have a bad day. You need the starters to be on the mound and you need to attack them when they're out there. And I think they will. Like I said, you can put your big righties up there against this guy. You can put your lefties out there against him. Like, you don't have to hide Carpenter. You don't have to hide Colt Keith with BB on the mound. So it's gonna be a lot better when you have that consistency and all your big bats to start up. Like, I bet Carpenter has a big game. I really think Riley Green gets it going because you know how bad he tears guys up, especially right-handed pitching. So I hope they attack this guy early because you're gonna need to get a nice lead.
Sorry, that guy tripped me out with the dog. For me, offensively, overall, I was going to say Parker Meadows just because of what he brings on defense.
In game 1.
Yeah, but offensively, Cole Keith.
Yeah,
Cole Keith or Green.
I agree with you on Cole Keith. He went hitless in the first series, his first taste of playoff baseball. You got to lock in now, Colt. This is your time. You honestly are the guy that got paid. Out of all of these young prospects, you are the guy that got paid. That Scott Harris, first of all, said, Colt, I got faith in you. This is the first big contract I'm giving out, and I'm giving it to you. Obviously, it's not too much money in the long run when you think about it.
He's the highest paid player on their playoff roster.
Yeah, highest paid player, Colt Keith.
Yeah.
So he has had such an up and down season. He was extremely cold to start. He got red hot throughout the summer and then tailed off at the end. We need to see red hot Colt Keith the rest of the way down the stretch. If this team's going to reach its peak, I think Colt Keith is going to have some really big base knocks in this game. And another guy you mentioned, Parker Meadows, has to get on base, whether it's via the walk or obviously a hit. I don't really care how you do it, even if it's a fielder choice, just to put the pressure on him. I think Parker Meadows getting on base, wreaking havoc against these pitchers is going to be the biggest thing in this game, where we're obviously going to have to score some runs early to win this.
Yeah, and oh, Jesus, man. Come get your haircut. But you mentioned Colt Keith not getting a hit in the first series. He got 4 walks, though, in that Astro series. He walked 4 times. He walked twice in both games. So that is extremely impressive for him. He's seeing the ball well. He is protecting the plate well. So him getting on base is something crazy. He needs to keep doing that.
That bitch is casting a shadow.
Yeah, it's literally got a shadow. He needs to get hits though as well. Like, getting on base is good, but he's going to be the guy after Riley, after Carey, after Veerling. So you're going to have some ducks on the pond for you in this series, especially early in these games with these guys, like Chase said, that have had the least amount of quality starts in the American League. So you're going to have guys on base early. I love the walks. I love the discipline out of Colt Keith in that Astro series, but I need him to get a hit or two to drive in some of these runs early in the games.
Shout out on the walk stat. I did not realize he had 4 walks throughout the series. So, yeah, that's big for a young batter, too.
Yeah, so you see the ball well.
Yeah,
you see the ball well. Hopefully he gets something he can put the lumber on in this game, and hopefully there's a couple guys on base when he does. I'm excited, man. I'm really excited for this game tomorrow. But first, let me tell you about Les Stanford. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service the customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at LesStanford.com. Les Stanford, together, let's ride.
And make sure you check out the best bar in Detroit. It's called Second Best Bar, and it's where we host the Lions Home pregame show. Join us at Detroit's very own Second Best Bar, located at 42 Watson Street for the ultimate fan experience. Enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey while catching the Woodward Sports pregame show. I think they're throwing on a party for the Tiger game tomorrow. Go check it out. Only at Second Best Bar in Detroit. Come get some.
Love Woodward Sports? sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports Clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Defies the laws of physics. Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza has a limited time offer. Their signature wings. They got over 7 different flavors. You can try them today. Like I said, though, limited time offer. It's just here for football season. So make sure when you're getting your pizza, you get some wings too. Find a Soroki's near you at Sorokis.com. What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. Make sure you smash that like button for Easy, for Nick, for Chase, for Chris. I am Spencer. We are the Heavies. But we're gonna be talking a lot of baseball next week. We're gonna be talking a lot. We've been talking a lot of baseball this week. Let's get into a little bit of football. You got here on the sheet, Easy, Terrion Arnold progress report. What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? Yeah, just, he's a rookie, young kid. Kids get grades. Everyone's in school right now. I was wondering what you guys have thought of him so far throughout the season, the first quarter of the season, the starting quarterback for the Detroit Lions.
I mean, I'm impressed with him. I'm impressed with what he has done. Obviously, he stays in the hip pocket of receivers. He makes, he's making all these plays very tough for them. Obviously, he's a little handsy. He's getting these calls. You don't like to see that. He definitely needs to clean that up. But I'd rather him be getting pass interference calls than getting burnt by 20 yards like we saw last year out of Cam Sutton and Jerry Jacobs and those other guys. Having him there, at least he's there. At least he's there to make a play. We saw him go against a rookie, which is what he is, and shut him down. He shut down Marvin Harrison Jr. when he was called upon. The guys he's getting beat up by are the Mike Evans and the Cooper Kupps. And it's tough for a rookie receiver or a rookie cornerback in the NFL, no matter what. But when you're going up against some of the best receivers in the NFL and a Hall of Famer and a potential Hall of Famer in Cooper Kupp, you need to learn fast. Like, there's no really growing curve in the NFL. It's here you go, Rook, have fun. I think he's holding his own, but obviously he needs to clean up the penalties. And that's not all on him. They are a little ticky-tack, some of them, but some are pretty blatant.
Nick, you got money on it as a defensive player of the year, defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, one of the biggest bets I've ever made, Easy. Don't remind me. No.
So you're not like it, you're not in love with it?
No, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, I was expecting a pretty hot start, but I also thought this pass rush from the other outside of Aiden Hutchinson was going to be a little bit better, where we saw a lot of mistakes out of quarterbacks. To be honest, these wide receivers are like running into Terrion Arnold because around the league, they know Terrion's not getting his head around right now on the ball. And I think that's the biggest thing that he needs to improve upon, is just clearly getting his head around, because the ball's right there. He will get interceptions. He will get a lot of passes defended. If he just gets his head around, I think this is just a rookie learning curve that you've seen him go up against elite wide receivers throughout his first 4 NFL games, where when he gets this fixed, which is obviously maybe the biggest thing as a cornerback, getting your head around on these balls, especially when the quarterback's making a mistake and just giving his wide receiver a shot, compared to him getting ran into by the wide receiver, him getting around on that football is actually just going to come up so big for him, where he starts, instead of those PI calls, he's going to start getting interceptions.
Yeah. And
that's when this team and this defense, looks like pretty good, like borderline top 10. to like, holy shit, this defense, like, this is what we all raved about at the start of this season, the potential of this defense to be, top maybe 8 in the league if you're getting Terrion Arnold interceptions to go along with Kirby, to go along with Hutch on a different level, Brian Branch.
Especially with Brian Branch coming back.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you're 100% right. Like, I talked about it before, but that's what they do in college, and it pisses me off to where they just face guard receivers. Like, cornerbacks don't even turn around and look for the ball. So he's got to get out of that habit. He's got to get out of that mode, and he's going to have to turn around and start playing the ball rather than playing the receiver, and he'll get less penalties and he'll get more interceptions. So, like, that's something he needs to be taught. It's something he's got to work on because it's not something you're taught to do in college. You could look at any corner, unless you are Will Johnson or Travis Hunter. Like, cornerbacks in college more often than not face guard and don't even turn around for the ball. So he's going to have to start playing the ball more than playing the receiver. But I like that he's in the position to make a play at least.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it, too, is the fact that he's in the position is good enough. I think we talked about it a few weeks back. It's not like Jeff Okudah. And I don't even mean to throw, like, unnecessary shots at him, but, like, when you watched him play, at times he looked frantic. He looked lost. He looked like he's like, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. Terrion, it's not that. And you're 100% correct. He's just not playing the ball. Just watching some stuff, he is out of phase, like, in terms of, like, sometimes he gets lost in zone coverage at times. We've seen that in training camp as well. I'm not tripping on that. Again, it's his first year. I remember a guy named Darius Slay that was here that wasn't a first-round pick, that had that rough rookie season, but then came back and ended up becoming the All-Pro and Pro Bowler he ended up being. So far, if I had to get a letter grade to it, probably C+. And that's a passing grade.
Yeah.
But like you said, Spinny, as long as he's there to make the play, I have confidence that he could fix some of the silly mistakes he's doing, which, I got to be honest, again, some of the stuff he is doing, I swear to God, you watch Sauce Gardner highlights, and people
Sauce
are praising
everybody.
Yeah, like that's where I get a little bit upset, is that kind of stuff. But as long as he's there, I think he did a terrific job with Tyler Lockett. I couldn't even tell you how many catches he had in that game. Marvin Harrison Jr., he did a great job on the one touchdown that was lit up. That was on Brian Branch and Carlton Davis. You could say he's a rookie, but I still think Marvin Harrison is pretty special.
He's a damn good player.
I think he's a touchdown in every single game outside the first one.
Why I said that is because although I'm not saying he's not a good player, he doesn't have the savvy of these other NFL veterans yet, and it's just rookie on rookie, going right at it. He's still a dog though, for sure.
And since the first game, I got some stats here real quick. Hold on. So the first game, according to Next Gen Stats, or at least whatever they use on NFL Pro, I'm looking at his targets. He was targeted 10 times against the Rams, allowed 7 receptions. And we saw how that was operating, too. It was just quick, right to it. He used the main coverage.
Talk to it.
Yeah. The Buccaneers game, 2 for 2. 2 targets, 2 catches. They were both kind of ugly, I'm not going to lie. Both were also, though, to Mike Evans, who was one of the best to do it. The third game against the Cardinals, 8 targets, only 3 receptions. You see how they're progressing? Because even in the second game, although Baker didn't throw that much, not that many targets to begin with, just the 2 of them. 8 targets, a lot in the third game against the Cardinals, only 3 receptions allowed. 7 targets against the Seahawks. And, Geno had 56 pass attempts. They were fucking slinging that thing. Only 3 receptions allowed for 18 yards.
Yeah.
So although Geno had 506 on things, or no, I'm sorry, that's Kirk. Geno, what, 590 or 496?
Yeah. No, did he?
I think he did.
He had that much?
I got to look at
I thought it was like 396.
It could have been 396.
Fellas, question on Terrion while you're looking it up.
395.
Yeah.
So although he had that, not a lot of those came against.
Eat shit, Nick.
I was still talking.
Yeah.
As long as, but
it was dead air. It was dead air.
This guy Nick goes.
All right. What were you going to say?
So although Geno had that 395, only 18 of those yards came against Terrion Arnold. And Tyler Lockett, maybe on the back half of his career, but they're promising things there. So C+ for me.
Yeah. C+, I think that's fair. I don't think you can get too mad. I would be right around there to 2. C+, B-, like I said. Because he does need to clean some things up. Like we can be honest with ourselves that there are some things that Terrion Arnold needs to clean up. But he's a rookie, and you expected a growing curve, especially, like I said, this is the toughest position in the NFL to learn other than quarterback. Like, you start with your feet. You start running backwards against some of the best athletes on the planet. It's tough. It's tough to pick up, and you're not going to pick it up very fast. So I think he's doing well for the gauntlet that he's been going through. He's got a bye week this week where he can learn some things, watch some tape, study some film, listen to his coaching staff. And then he goes into Dallas where Dallas only has CeeDee Lamb. So you bracket CeeDee Lamb and then you let the Rook do what he wants and try to get some easy throws his way where he can pick off. Watch a Terry on interception in Dallas.
And it goes without saying, like, because we've said it before, but the context is, okay, if you can't run the ball against this Lions team, you're going to pass this ball, and are you going to pass to a former Pro Bowler or a rookie? Like, so he is getting picked on and targeted. But my question is, based off of this first 4 games, what is a fair projection for him going forward? What is a fair expectation guideline, given how he's performed and what you can expect from him around playoff time for the Lions?
Around playoff time, I think he's going to be functioning at all cylinders and being an extremely important part of this defense. Going forward in his career, there's no doubt in my mind he's going to be the cornerback 1 for the Detroit Lions for a long time. Like I see that out of him. I see the potential there. I see the playmaking ability he has, the ability to stay with receivers, and the ability to get his hand in there. Like I said, he's just got to clean up the passing or the PIs, got to play the ball a little bit more, but he's got all the makings of what we expected him to be when we drafted him, which he's going to get there.
And obviously we got 13 games left. We got a bye week. Everybody get healthy, get right. Fellas, you guys know I made this bet before the year. He's got 13 games to get some numbers, to get some recognition as a really good cornerback in the NFL and a future defensive rookie in the year. Does he have a shot?
No.
What do you guys think his numbers look like in the next 13 games to close out his rookie season before the playoff run?
His numbers, I don't know. I think his penalties will go down, maybe 2 or 3 interceptions. I'd say 2 interceptions. He's a solid tackler. I don't want to guess his tackle numbers. It's a weird thing to play.
Hopefully he's not tackling
hopefully,
too much.
Hopefully he's not averaging too many tackles. But, I could see him getting a couple picks this year, having a good season. I see it. I see it there. Like, it's you can tell that he is going to be a good player in this league for a long time.
What was your question, Nick? I missed it.
Do I cash out on $11 or do I let my original bet ride?
What was the original bet?
Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Want to say it too much.
No, you should let it
was like
ride.
90 something. It was like a weird number. It was like 96 or something. I keep thinking everything's 96 right now, though, so I could be off.
I think it was something in the 80s.
86? What is it? Just say it.
Fuck it. 62.50.
Yeah, don't cash out for $10. What's $10 going to do? You let it ride.
Not shit. Let's go. We're letting it ride.
Let it ride.
Terrion Arnold, 5 picks the last 13 games. Let's go. Terrion, he takes over. Terrion time. Watch out. Ice on Terrion. Let's go, baby.
Easy. What do you expect from the rest of the season?
That's where I kind of want to take the conversation. I'm just curious. It's not fair to have any answers right now. We don't know, obviously. But, like, are you comfortable with what he is as, like, your opposite corner?
Yes, I am.
In a Super Bowl?
Yes, I am. I'm comfortable with this secondary to win. You can win a Super Bowl with this secondary. Like they're only getting so much heat because the teams are throwing the ball so much against the Detroit Lions because they can't run it. So you have to throw and obviously, if a cornerback's back there trying to guard against 45 to 50 pass attempts, he's going to get beat a couple times. It's going to happen. So, yes, I am extremely comfortable with Terrion Arnold being the number 2 cornerback in the Super Bowl run this year.
Yeah, that one, I liked our defense, honestly. As long as most people stay healthy, I love Brian Branch. You guys obviously know I love Kirby Joseph as well. So I think we'll be suitable for any type of challenge no matter what. And I do agree that he will grow throughout the season. I think he's a smart player. That's one of the things that Nick Saban kind of pointed out about him. That's one of the things, like, you kind of just tell about him if you listen to all his pre-draft interviews or even after he got interviewed. And you don't carry yourself with that much confidence if you're not sure of yourself putting in the work unless you're just delusional. And I don't think he's delusional. I think he's a hard-working kid.
Yeah.
How many interceptions the last 13 games of the season? His rookie year. Doesn't have one yet.
2.
That's 2.
Spenny said 2.
Yeah.
Come on, easy. Come on, give me some juice here. Give me some juice.
I mean, if I can't say 2, I'll say 1. He doesn't turn around for the ball, bro. He doesn't turn around for the ball.
That's what he's practicing on the bye week.
But I'm not complaining, by the way, too.
Chase, how many picks?
For the season, Terrion Arnold?
Yes. For the last 13 games of the year.
gonna call for 2.
God damn. All right. Easy.
Booth boy, I got 4. I got 4 on it.
Okay, hold on. I know why you're mad because you got the bet. You want to hear more.
I want to hear some juice. Come on.
So what do you got? And be for real.
Nick, sorry, I've been trying to work on clips.
Yeah, no, you're good. It was a bet for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Being for real, I say I think he gets 4. I think he gets hot.
And are you just saying that because you're bet? You're trying to
No, if I was
speak
for
into
my
existence?
bet, I would say 5.
Because even watching him, I just don't feel like he plays.
I think
Unless it were a bad ball, obviously that shit like that happens.
getting the amount of times I've seen receivers running into him, bro, trying to get that PI call, and it's obviously working. I think if that turns around, and it's just getting his head around, that's an interception.
I love Tyrion. He just doesn't play the ball, so I can't really give him a high interception number.
4 picks, book it, Rookie of the Year.
I would love that, by the way.
Loading.
Loading.
How many did Slay have his rookie year? Yeah, I don't know if he started that many games. To be fair,
I think 4 picks is aggressive.
It's extremely aggressive. It's one every
4 games.
3 games.
3 games, yeah. We'll see, though. I like what I'm seeing out of Tyrion. I'm not going to put any pressure on him because I didn't put any bets down on him, but
4 is actually bro. That's like a lot.
That's a lot.
For anybody, not just a rookie.
How many Kirby?
Kirby's got 3 right
and
now.
He
4.
plays safety.
He's got 3 and 4.
Safety. It's easier to get interceptions than safety.
You're kind of waiting for it to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets his head around. Shit, after the bye week, like Spenny said, in Dallas.
Like I said, he needs to start playing the ball more than the receiver. That'll cut down on his penalties, and it'll give him the chance to get an interception.
I'll say this though, real quick. I had concerns about his speed, and it's shown when he lacks phase, when he gets lost his zone. However, he's got the Brian Branch hips where it makes up for it. He's a tremendous athlete.
Sure. Those Bama boys, man.
And
they're coached
fellas,
up right.
We've gone against vet quarterbacks so far, fellas.
Yeah.
We haven't gone against Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
I know we play a few other rookies. Let's go. That's where it comes in.
Do we play the Panthers this year?
Yes. Andy Dalton, Bryce Young. I don't care who it is. Terryon's picking them
Do we
off.
play him this year?
Yeah, I believe so. At home.
We don't play the Panthers.
Was that last year when we played them at home?
Yeah, we played them last year at home.
This year.
We played. I was gonna say we played the shitty poopy Titans.
Yeah. Shitty poopy Jaguars.
Shitty poopy Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence sucks.
Colts are in there.
Yeah, shitty poopy Colts.
Caleb Williams twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's dude. Aiden Hutchinson I would make a bet that in the games combined against Jacksonville, Dallas, and both Bears games, Aiden Hutchinson has more sacks in those 4 games than anybody else does on the Lions team the entire year. In those 4 games, Hutch will have more sacks than the second most sack getter on the Lions the entire year combined.
Well, if they don't trade for
I don't hate that.
Unless they trade for then I'd hope I'm wrong. But I think Hutch will have 8 sacks in those 4
Jesus.
games. Dude,
fellas.
With how bad the Bears' offensive line is, Trevor Lawrence has been running for his life. Dak Prescott is only going to be able to sit back there and throw, and his offensive line has been shit. I could see him getting 8 sacks in those 4 games.
I want to clear confessions real quick with the T-Law stuff. No, go ahead. You got Detroit Lion. We'll go.
No, speaking of sacks, I was just going to say I got a question, a really good one coming up.
All right.
All right, we'll clear the air, go to break, and then we'll get next question.
All right, Trevor Lawrence.
He's
good.
a bomb.
Still good, but not what he was supposed to be.
Definitely not.
Still good, but he's obviously dependent on some play calling there, and that's not going in his favor right now.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Dude got a bag. Shout out to him. Let's go to Lady Jane's. Walk into Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today for a open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a $20 haircut if you scan that QR code up in the corner there. You can get a scalp massage, a hot leather neck shave, a hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Just take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Just scan the QR code on the screen and get your coupon. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Salvation Army, guys, registertoring.com. You can sign up for an in-person location for a 2-hour shift to give back to your community, or you can sign up right now and start raising funds immediately at registertoring.com. Scan the QR code or visit the website, registertoring.com. If you're in person, you're going to up until, actually for everyone, you're going up until Christmas Eve, except for Thanksgiving and Sundays. Registertoring.com.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. For Easy, for Nick, for Chase, for Chris, I am Spencer Raxter. We are the Heavyweights. Make sure you smash that like button and make sure you subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. All right, we just did our Terrion Arnold progress report.
Terrion.
Kill him, Terrion. Oh, yeah, you had a question. Nick, what was your question?
Fellas, I might have been wrong about something, and I think we were all on the same page about, first time ever I was wrong.
I might have been wrong about something.
Been wrong about something. It's not this, but it was something.
Yeah,
Jane's
and it was about
Jane in today.
It was Jesus.
Sorry.
Janes are in rare form today for sure.
No comment. Let's go. Ali McNeil, fellas. I might have been wrong about Brad Holmes needing to get his contract done before the season because I was expecting a massive season.
Yeah.
We know he's dealt with some injuries here, but half a sack in 4 games when I was kind of expecting him to be closer to double-digit sacks throughout the year, and I think we all were expecting DJ Reader to kind of open things up for him. Fellas, through the first 4 games of Ali McNeil's contract season, what grade would you guys give Aleem the Dream?
Aleem the Dream McNeil, I'd give him a C minus. He hasn't been, he hasn't been awful, but he hasn't been what we expected. We expected him to take a leap. We expected him to benefit from DJ Reader next to him. Aiden Hutchinson seems to be benefiting from it, but Aleem really hasn't gotten the numbers per se. It's not like he's played bad. He hasn't played bad. He's gotten in there. He's gotten some pressures. I believe he's got a half a sack. But he needs to be better than that. He really does. He was expected to be the second best pass rusher on this team this year. So we need Aleem McNeil to step up and to get consistent pressure on the quarterback from the interior defensive line because he's seeing single, one-on-one matchups. Because you got DJ Reader next to him. That man is getting double teamed. So we need to see Aleem McNeil step up a little bit. It's still early, though. I mean, I'm not freaking out about it, but as of right now, I'd give him a C minus.
In terms of sacks, I couldn't really disagree with the C minus, but I think he's still been there in other ways.
He's been making plays.
Yeah,
for sure.
Obviously he's there in the run game. Obviously he's there. I don't know if you guys caught it last week or against the Seattle Seahawks, but he dropped back in the covers a little bit there on a little Geno scramble and still tipped the pass. Maybe could have even intercepted it. But no, I do agree. Nick, I was on the same page with you when you kind of said that. Aleem McNeil, I don't even know if you said that, but I just think everybody that thought in the right mind he was going to get a lot of sacks. I mean, we compared him to Justin Matabuke, and we may have been wrong on that one. But the season's still young. It's tough to have that. It's tough to have these grades when it's only been 4 games.
Yeah, he's still got a long season to go. There's a lot of games to be played, a lot of favorable matchups for him to be played. Like Nick said, we've seen a lot of veteran quarterbacks early. So once we get these young guys in here, Aleem gets his hands on some young guys. No Diddy. Maybe he'll be able to get some sacks. I don't think you guys understand what I expect out of this Dallas Cowboys game. I expect belt to ass, like Terrence Crawford whooping feet. Dak Prescott to be fighting for his life like Tyrese. Like I expect them to fuck up the Dallas Cowboys bad.
Mic drop,
Nick,
win, you lose.
You say that every week, though.
No, but this one especially because how
this one, I mean,
this one for real, because the Cowboys suck. You're already got cucked last year in Jerry's world. You're coming off a bye week. Go out there and just give Dak Prescott a Cleveland steamer right in the 50-yard line.
Oh, it's interesting.
Nick, what's your grade of Ali McNeil?
I got to give him a C+, because even though he's not getting to the quarterback, I think he's still been really good in the run game. So that's what matters when it comes to this defense. It seems like Hutch is going to get his sacks, Hutch is going to get all the pressures, and make sure everybody else stops the goddamn run. That's from what I'm seeing so far, but obviously I'm a little disappointed in the sack numbers. That's why it's a C+ compared to something better, because I thought we were going to see for the first time since basically Ndamukong Suh a really, really, really scary threat in the middle, which we haven't seen out of Aleem. We were all expecting this big jump, and it was going to be Aleem and Hutch and Reeder taking out two bodies in the middle, and we just haven't seen that yet. We know Hutch has performed, but we haven't seen Aleem perform to his best ability yet, and I kind of wonder if this shoulder is really kind of keeping him down right now, and maybe after the bye week, after he comes back, has a week off to get healthy and get right, I think maybe we'll start to see the side of Aleem that we were kind of hoping to at the start of the season.
And the reason why I was kind of stumbling on my words there, I was trying to look up the stats for Aleem this year, and you brought up his shoulder. Actually, that Seattle game, although probably the most dropbacks since Stafford, was the most pressures he got in a game was 4. Everything else, he had 0 in the Cardinals game, 2 against the Bucs, and 2 against the Rams. I also would just like to watch it before I just kind of speak on it blindly. Like I want to watch Aleem and before I just throw him in the dumps like a C minus, because I remember watching back, or when I was asked a question on another podcast I was on recently about just the Detroit Lions pass rush outside of Aiden Hutchinson, and I was like, I still think they're there, but Hutch is so goddamn good. He's beating everybody else to it. You know?
He really is. He's getting there like a half a second before some other guys. He's meeting guys in the backfield. Well, he met him in the backfield. Like I said, I think he's got a half a sack. I'm pretty sure he was with Levi maybe, where he got half of that sack or something. I don't know. Could have been with Hutch too.
Yeah.
But
and real quick, the Cardinals game, sorry, I just want to clarify, because I know I said 0 pass rush was that one. Well, he also got hurt in that. That's when he left early.
Yeah, he left that one early. Chase, what's your grade for Lee McNeil?
So far this season, or what I expect it to be by the end of the year?
So far this season.
So far, I'm going to give him a B minus.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've just kind of been.
No, you're good.
No, you're good. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. Chris?
I'd go with the B+. Actually, no.
Whoa.
Oh!
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it, but let's hear
I
him
want to
out.
take Chris's class. Giving out B+?
that was a bar.
That was a bar.
No, I mean, do I really have to explain? Like, am I that far off?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So B+ is pretty close to an A, bud.
I wouldn't give him over a B minus.
And we're stands, by the way. Like we were the Lee McNeil guys.
Yeah, I think
if you're bullshitting, it's fine.
No, I'm not bullshitting. Like maybe I'm just a little bit out of pocket here, but I think he's done a good job holding that defensive line when he's been active. I think he's been a good part of it. I think we're maybe a little focused on highlighting what Reeder brings to the table, and I don't want to turn that into a downplaying one or the other, but I think there's kind of a little bit of that. Reeder and Hutch have been getting a lot of the shine on this defensive line. I think Aleem is performing at a I'll knock it down to a B. I think you guys are right. I think B+ is a little high, but I think he can definitely get to an A minus. I think.
Oh yeah, there's
I think
still
he
a lot
has
of time
the
left.
expectation, or he has the capabilities, and he has the tools with this coaching and this defensive line to get there. So yeah, I'll walk it back a little bit, but I don't see why I'd be.
We were live with Lomas. And I'm glad I was live with Lomas because he played offensive line. He won a Super Bowl as an offensive lineman.
Lomas is the man.
He is the man. And
very funny dude.
Very
The
funny.
goat.
Hilarious,
The goat.
actually. Yeah. But I don't know. I guess I could go with him on that stuff. But yeah, I think Aleem, we're kind of missing out. I totally spaced out what the hell I was going to say.
I do agree with Chris that like his impact has been there, and it's definitely helped Aiden Hutchinson get the sacks because Quarterbacks can't just stand still in the pocket anymore against the Lions or step up into the pocket anymore. They have to take a couple more steps back. They have to take deeper drops to get the ball off, because both Aleem McNeil and DJ Reader are pushing that interior pocket, so quarterbacks just can't sit comfortably there, and that makes it easier for Aiden Hutchinson to come on the outside, pause, and get to the quarterback if he's in a deeper drop. He's in a 7-step drop instead of a 5-step drop. So I think that's a big thing that both of those guys are doing, is forcing that pocket in the quarterback's lap. It makes it easier for the edge rushers to get to him.
I remember what I was going to say now. So we were kind of talking about Terrell Williams, the new defensive line coach.
Yeah.
And just he said there's a lot more T's and tight end, or not, a lot more stunts this year.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching some stuff right now as we're like live. That's why I'm kind of out of it a little bit there. But like, I'm seeing stuff where he is trying to do that with Reader. And he's getting jumbled up just a little bit. Not every play, but I think maybe some of that stuff
a little
too.
Uncomfortability.
Yeah, maybe get in the system a little bit more, and we'll start seeing some production. But yeah, I definitely expected more out of him, and it's more than just us. Remember, we had Mina Kimes on, and we asked her who was outside of Hutch. Yeah. First name she said also was Aleem McNeil. So I definitely think there should be higher expectations for him, what we've seen from him, and hopefully he comes through.
Yeah, if he doesn't come through and. Your wife's, I don't know how I'm going to transition this. Divorce!
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 I thought about it for a second. I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that to Aleem.
If you don't meet Aleem McNeil, you got to divorce your wife. Dude.
Yeah.
That's just what it is, man.
Divorce your wife.
Kevin and Kat, like KDK Law, been in business for 10 plus years. They're 24/7 availability. They're right here in Birmingham, Michigan. They got your back. If you tell them the Heavyweight sent you, they will pay your first time filing fee. Dial them up, 248-971-0476, or scan the QR code above my head.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Suppose not only your local campus plug right now, you can save up to $10 with any purchase of $25 or more by scanning the QR code to my right. Yes, I got it right. And bring it in any Dispo location. It's disposhops.com. Find one near you. You must be 21 and older to participate.
A-Part Zipper Deck.
Hello, welcome back. Woodward Heavyweights. Smash that like button for Easy, Nick, Chase, Chris. I am Spencer. We are the Heavyweights. Like the stream. Subscribe to Woodward Sports. Appreciate you all for joining us. Okay, we did Aleem. We did Terry. Huh?
I'm just watching Aleem tape.
Now let's get to the coaches. Watch your tape later. This coaching staff. We said they made the two biggest improvements, replacing the secondary coach and replacing the defensive line coach. How has the coaching staff stacked up so far this year for you?
Man, it's crazy because the guy I gush over, the guy I'm like a literal stan about is Ben Johnson. I've spoken on him ever since he's been discovered. He's a brilliant, genius offensive mind. He's kind of been like stumbling out the gates a little bit. And I think I've been kind of vocal on like what I think it is. I think they're kind of overstimulated with the emergence of Jameson Williams because the kid's just that damn good. You saw it in that Seattle game. We took one catch, one little 19-yard catch, 70 yards to the crib. Yeah. That's just what he gives to you. I think in the beginning of the season, they're trying to force this offense to be a little bit more vertical than it is. JG went 18 of 18. But every single one of those, and this is a knock. I'm just telling you, like this is where he needs to be. 18 to 18, every single pass was beneath 20 yards. 12 of those passes were in play action. You need to play When him as quarterback, that's the game you need to play. That's what we played last year. In the middle of the field, the intermediate routes, that's where JG can cook you. And it absolutely will. And that's why having playmakers that we have are fucking beautiful thing. Don't force this into a vertical offense. And so for Ben Johnson, although he seemed to fix it versus that Cardinals game, and obviously in this last game against the Seattle Seahawks, who had a pretty stout defense heading in this game. And I don't care that they played cupcakes. I think we know that defense was Mike McDonald. That's his trademark, is his defense. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that no matter what, coming out of nowhere. But I got to give Ben probably a B. Am I being biased with that?
Yeah, I think you are being biased.
Really?
I think Ben Johnson should get a C- so far this season.
C-?
He should get a C- so far this season.
Not taking your class.
You were preaching offense 401. You were preaching a graduate-style offense, and he has not really executed to that. He has not made that happen except for this last game. Obviously, this last game, everything was clicking. You saw the passing game flexing. You saw the running backs doing their thing, and they were really taking advantage. But so far throughout the season, the offense has been the thing that has been struggling a little bit. And so I'm not going to give Ben Johnson more than a C, flat C on the year. I mean, this is supposed to be his magnum opus offense. This is supposed to be everything coming together at once. You got a full off season with all these guys. They've all been in the system for a year at least now. They know what they're doing. Jared Goff's super comfortable with everything that's going on, and they stumbled out of the gate the first couple of weeks for their expectations. Obviously not for just NFL, because they're still like a top 10 offense, I think, but for their expectations and for our expectations of what they were supposed to be this year, they have stumbled out of the gate. The last game, extremely promising. You saw everything come together, and that's what this offense is supposed to be looking like. Do I expect them to score 40 points every week? No, but I expect them to be balanced and not have a complete lack of one thing or the other. I don't expect them to rely on Jared Goff throwing 50 passes in a game in a game to try to win it. I think the offense has been kind of a letdown so far this year. Obviously, like I said, not looking at the Seattle game because that was by far the best performance. But that's what keeps it from being even lower, was that Seattle performance.
Yeah, I think C- is aggressive simply because, and I get that Ben put him in those situations, but adjustments were made in that Buccaneers game, and it's not just me being a Goff hater. I think Dan Orlovsky, tons of other quarterback gurus have gone out there and broke down the tape for you. It was also a bad game by Jared Goff. I mean, there were opportunities there for Sam Laporta, guys over the middle. We brought the screenshots to where he missed it, and I think that's why Ben kept going to him, because he had that faith in him. And that's not your JG character. That's not him consistently. So, I'm not saying that's him. It's all on him. It's just a bad game by him. And that's why I'm going more B. I'll go B-, but I think some of those things were addressed in the Cardinals game. That's why you saw that sexy-ass little hook and lateral you got out of there. This put her out in the second half, but JG threw an interception there too. Mm-hmm. It's like a happy medium for me. But I think once we got to our bread and butter, we're just pounding the ball with David Montgomery. And Gibbs get in there too. That's the only part of the issue I have. Sometimes it feels like he forgets that got Monty out there. And that's how you set everything up, in my opinion. Even over Jameer. And I love Jameer. Jameer's great. But establish everything with Monty. Make these guys hurt and
it looked like he was trying a little too hard in the first couple games of the season.
He definitely was. I
agree.
He
was trying to do all these crazy plays and trying to be the smartest guy in the room. When with this offense, with this offensive line and these running backs, you just have to run the fucking ball and it will unlock everything else. You just have to push it right up the middle, right up their gut. And then it'll open the middle of the field for Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta. It'll open the play action down the field for Jameson Williams. And that's what we saw in the Seattle game. So I do give him credit there that it looked like everything came together and we saw that offense 401 against Seattle. But I expected that earlier on in the season, especially with none of these starters getting reps in the preseason. I'm like, okay, they must have it down. They must be good to go. And then you kind of sputter to start the season a little bit.
I think a teacher is only as good as their student's performance. I think that's just a direct reflection. So I put it on Ben Johnson. I think, look, if you're grading these as 4 exams, I think, did he ace the Seattle game? Absolutely. But what were the other games? I think they were anywhere from C's at best to some D's. So I think that averages out to a C, C-, wherever you want to go with it. So for me, I think that Ben Johnson, it has, like you said, been just trying to overstimulate with the emergence of Jameson Williams, trying new things. But ultimately, because he's trying new things, I'm not giving him slack. We're results-based business here. We're judging the results week to week. The NFL, this is like every game is important. This isn't an 82-game NBA season where you can take time to figure it out. You got to hit the ground running, and he hasn't, but he looks like he's heading in the right direction. I have all the faith in the world.
And when you talk about a teacher and its students, I mean, you think about the students here. You had a new offensive line. You had a new rotation. Glasgow slides to left guard. You got Zeitler coming in at right guard. Panay Sewell got hurt earlier in the season, so he was dealing with a nagging injury early. And you think about what this offense, he did go out and throw for an A-plus performance against the Seahawks.
For sure.
With extra credit. I'm giving this guy 110% for the Seahawk game right now. And if you think about it, fellas, we are tied for 6th with the most points per game in the NFL. I'm giving Ben Johnson a B+ here. The only reason why he does not touch this A grade is because you need to run the ball against Tampa Bay, or this team would have been 4-0 for sure. You cannot give Ben Johnson an A in any way, shape, or form because he got too cute in that Tampa game. No other way around it. And when we get to DC later, I got some problems with that because you're the leader of the team. Screw it, I'm going into it right now. You're the leader of this team. Ben Johnson, he's the mastermind of this offense. When it gets to a point where you see Jared Goff, he's going towards throwing the ball 50 times. Dan Campbell, you're the leader. Ben Johnson, he's still under you as a coach. I want Dan Campbell to make that call to Ben Johnson. Run the damn ball, Ben.
Yeah,
let's go.
I agree with
that. If you don't
that,
fucking start running this ball, I'm shoving you in a locker.
I would have done that if Dan Campbell needs to do that. Like, obviously, Ben Johnson is the savant.
They did too.
He is the mastermind. But as Dan Campbell, as the head coach, you can't be looking at that Tampa Bay game and just be like, oh, this is fine. Dropping back this many times, it's okay. This is what this offense is predicated on. No, you're predicated on the run. There is no reason at any point in the season that the Detroit Lions should abandon the run unless they're down 3 scores. Because that run could score just as quick as a pass. The way they play the game, the way these linemen open holes and how explosive these running backs are, if you get an open seam for Jahmyr Gibbs, that can be just as quick of a score as a Jameson Williams touchdown. So you can't just abandon that unless you are completely blown out and it's a 3-score game. Other than that, you need to run the ball. And I agree with you, Nick. You should have pulled Ben Johnson aside and been like, hey, buddy, run the fucking ball. Like, we're Tampa Bay's a good team. Vita Vea is out. When Vita Vea went out and they still weren't running the ball, I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on? But, like I said, Seattle, like Nick said, A+, 110% with extra credit. Chase?
Yeah, I'm probably going to give him a B- again, like I did with Lalim. The Tampa Bay game was a little rough as far as, like, the play calling, the execution. I mean, the 1 for 7 in the red zone is – there's got to be some accountability held towards that across like all of the offense. But he has performed well. Like in other games, like I think the offense looked well enough against the Rams. We obviously got the win in overtime. We looked good in the first half against the Cardinals, and then I think we played a solid full game against the Seahawks for the most part. So I'll give him a B. I'll upgrade to a B.
Kenny Powers in the Woodward Sports chat. Shout out Kenny Powers. Big fan of yours. James Houston stats as of now. 2 games played, 1 total tackle. Are you guys still big on him, or has the shine finally worn off? The shine is completely worn off of James Houston. He played an awful game against Seattle. Excuse me. The opportunities were there with Davenport. He was given multiple opportunities, and he had a couple offsides penalties. You can't do that. 3 offsides
and
penalties.
14 snaps.
In 14 snaps.
Awful.
That you cannot do that. So, no. James Houston is in the doghouse right now, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if he's lost his burst with the – I already knew there was, like, refinement issues. That's one of the reasons, if you guys remember back his rookie year, he didn't initially make the team. But he still had that tremendous burst. He had that get-off and bend that was just unteachable. You don't teach people those things. I mean, maybe you do coming up and growing up, but, like – at that level, you're kind of refined with that, right? He had everything you needed to repeat what he did. But I think the injury may have thrown him off a bit because it's not like the same human.
Yeah, it very well could be. But also, I don't care. Like, you're on the team. You took that roster spot. You need to produce. Like I said, I want to see either Ukwu or Agood in the lineup against the Cowboys. I think those guys, what they did in the preseason has earned them this chance. Davenport went down. You're not going to make the big trade yet. Give those guys a shot. They showed you in the preseason that they're going to play until the last whistle, because that's what it was. A lot of it in the preseason was Terrion and Ennis locking down these receivers on the outside, and these guys having so long to just go, and then finally get to the quarterback. So I would like to see, honestly, Ukwu would be my first choice to bring him up first, but I want to see one of those guys in the lineup against Dallas for sure. Nick?
Nick.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it for the second time tonight. I was wrong. I was wrong.
I know, I followed you on that one too.
I was wrong. Yeah, because I mean, obviously I was mesmerized by his first 8 games as an NFL pro. It's simple as that. The burst was there. The explosiveness on the outside. Him gator rolling Trevor Lawrence, and I thought ending his career. I couldn't get that picture out of my head with all these talks in the offseason. Yeah, I had faith that he was going to bounce back from this injury, and he clearly has not. So, shout out. Take your victory lap.
Chris, you were the highest out of anybody at James Houston in this room.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about it?
I mean, are we going to get into Aaron Glenn's grades? Because that kind of ties slightly in with it. But no, I'm all out on James Houston. Not on the talent. I still think the talent's there. I just think this is like we saw last season with Bugs. I just think there's certain guys that just don't get that playing time, and I don't think it speaks to their talent. I mean, we saw Bugs be decent with the Chiefs. Like, he's still a quality player. I still think there's a quality player within James Houston in the right situation. I'm just all out on Detroit being that fit for him.
Somebody cut that. I'm just all out on Chris. I'm not even going to say it, so nobody can cut me saying it. But Chris said it. Cut it up. Put
King
that
of the
out.
slam.
2-second clip. No, I agree with you, though, Chris. He needs to step up for sure.
You agree? You're all out, too.
I'm not all out. We got to go to break. I'll tell you what I'm all in on. I'm all in on Planet Fitness. I just went there before the show. It was leg day today. You can do anything you want at Planet Fitness, especially if you got the black card. You get the use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. And after you're done with Planet Fitness, if you need to wake up, you can go to Sabbath Coffee. Nope, never mind.
Watch party.
You can go to the watch party for Woodward Sports. Live watch parties, obviously not this week because of the bye week, but next week for the Dallas game, we're live at Hayes Social. Come party with the boys for the watch party and the post-game show with Stick and Anson. Presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila. Woodward Sports is doing Lions coverage better than anybody in the state.
And Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Listen up. If you are tired of the same old Detroit sports merch, head on over to WoodwardSports.com. Click that shop tab today. Get yourself some brand new merch. Hoodies, tees, hats, all that guaranteed to turn heads. Head on over to WoodwardSports.com today and get some merch.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back. It's that time of the week here on the Woodward Heavyweights where we go around the league and we do the pick'ems.
Do we have that video?
We do have the video. Thanks, Nick. He's going to set it up. Jesus, man.
Good job, Nick.
Our guy Jordan, we had him on last week. He was a former U.S. Marine. He lost the pick'em. And instead of making him wear the whole hot dog suit, he sent in a video of him enjoying a glizzy at the Lions game against Seattle on Monday night. So here's our boy Jordan dealing with his comeuppance. Oh, pound that thing. He's hammering that
No,
thing.
I want the whole thing. Yeah. Well, we got a bite of it. I want the whole. Come on.
Hey, you want to hit him back up? Tell him he's got to reshoot?
He's a former Marine.
Yeah,
Kill
I know.
me.
Yes. Shout out to Jordan though. He's a
What up,
great guy.
Chase?
He's probably watching now.
Yeah, Jordan, you got to eat a whole glizzy, bro.
I was gonna ask you guys, do you guys like the snap hot dogs, like the Kogels, or do you like
I
the
need, I need a good snap.
Yeah, so you like to circumcise your hot dog when you eat it?
I do, yeah.
God.
I do like to
Right,
personally
but-
circumcise my glizzy every
Damn,
time.
you dirty
I can't do the snap.
Can't do the snap? Oh,
No.
you need the snap on a good
No,
glizzy.
dude. Ballpark Frank fun size blue label.
It's all about the
Ballpark
snap.
Franks are pretty good too.
No,
Can't
the-
hate on that. But I
the,
I
Coney
prefer a
Island.
snap.
Yeah, like the Coney Island
Yes.
downtown Lafayette has
Yeah.
the snap.
Yes.
That's
That's when you know you're getting quality.
You know, little known fact, Lafayette and American Coney Island use Nationals chili.
Actually, I think I knew that.
Yeah, I probably told you.
Shout out. He knows his glizzies. Let's go.
This guy knows his
I know my
glizzy.
glizzies. I ran through a lot of
Glizzy
glizzies for a couple
savant.
years. Let's go to the pick'em. We'll start with Chris.
Yeah.
Since he's the leader in the clubhouse, Chris has been smashing this pick'em.
Is that really?
Dominating.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
Actually, I
not that
think it
close.
might be, yeah.
All right, you're gonna be first now, so you can't vulture anybody's picks.
That's fair.
Chris,
That's fine. Why would I want to follow you fucking losers?
the New York Jets versus the Vikings. Who do you got?
The Jets versus the Vikings. You know, I want to say that this party comes crashing soon, that the party must die, but
Mononucleosis.
I'm going with the Jets. I'm gonna go with the Jets. I'm gonna second guess myself on this one. Why not? I'll second guess myself on this one.
Chase, do you want to be in the pick'em?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, who do you got? Jets or Vikings?
I'm gonna take the Vikings.
Nick?
Jets. Jets. I can't talk
Damn,
all
I don't
that
like
shit
that now.
yesterday about the Vikings and not back it up today. Give me the Jets, my second least favorite team in the league right now, behind the Minnesota Vikings.
Easy?
The Vikings are like just too hot. It feels like something's gotta.
Yep.
So they gotta get knocked down a notch at some point here, man. But also, Brian Flores is a dog.
He is a dog.
And he used to coach in that division. He probably knows
did.
his team very well. To round it, jeez, give me the Vikings.
The Vikings?
Oh, fuck, I meant Jets. I'm distracted.
Oh, too late.
He said
I
Vikings.
wrote it down already.
Vikings?
Yeah, I wrote down Vikings.
My whole case was for the Jets.
I'm going with the Jets as well. I'm with
Easy on an island.
Chase is on the island with him. 2 men on an island.
Both have Vikings?
Both have Vikings.
Let's
I'm
go.
going with
Jets
the
all the way.
Jets.
That's not even fair.
They got.
That's not even fair.
That's what happens. I called it a favor. They got
Yeah,
to.
you cheated.
They got to lose event. They're not going to go undefeated. Like this magic pixie dust has to wear off. Give me the Jets. Next up, Chris, Buffalo and Houston. Who do you got?
You know what? I'm sorry, Spenny. I gotta do it. Buffalo.
Chase?
Buffalo versus who? I forgot.
Houston.
It's in Buffalo, right?
Give me
It is
the
in Houston.
Bills.
It's Houston.
Oh, it's in Houston?
It's in Houston.
Oh, yeah, I didn't take my hand off the chess
said
piece.
Bills. He said Bills.
I didn't take my hand off the chess
He
piece.
said Bills.
I'm going to go with the Texans. What's the spread? Or just pick them, right?
Just
Money line,
minus
right?
one.
Money
Straight
line.
up, yeah.
I'm going to take the Texans.
I
Nick?
walked so you guys could run.
I am taking the Bills. Big bounce back spot
Damn
here.
it.
Texans barely snuck by last week, and I just think that this is a straight revenge game. And the revenge is wasting all of those years out in Buffalo because they had Diggs. I am definitely taking the Bills in this one. They wasted 2-3 years with Diggs and years that can't get back when they should have been Super Bowl contenders. Give me the Bills.
Very short-winded and precise. Love
Yes.
it.
You guys know what I
Easy.
meant. Couldn't get it out.
Easy. Who do you got?
It's not. Don't ask me when that's.
Easy. Who do you got?
I can't believe I was crumbled like that.
You gotta chill, Easy.
Give me the Bills. I think it's a bounce back game for Josh Allen. They got their asses whooped on national television. I think he's on a little bit of a revenge tour this year, or just a prove it tour, just because he lost Stephon Diggs. And a lot of people are saying he's overrated. He literally was voted the most overrated player in the NFL.
He was.
And I think James Cook is going to show out. Give me the Bills. And then Houston's struggling right now. They really are.
Houston is struggling.
They're not themselves. They're not the 2023 Houston Texans.
I kind of want to go Texans just because, like,
that's your
the
team.
Bills got their ass whooped by Derrick Henry last week.
Derrick Henry's not on this team.
But last week, like, you remember the graphics of the teams the week after playing the Lions?
Yeah.
Imagine taking 200 yards of Derrick Henry down your throat. Like,
Jeez,
relax.
I'm gonna.
Chris is gonna fantasize for a week now.
Yeah. I'm still gonna go Buffalo though. Something's in the water in Houston. They're not living up to expectations. Chris, Indy and Jacksonville. Who do you got?
Indy and Jacksonville. Oh God, what a shitter. What a shitter. You know what? Give me the Jags. I think they're bad, but I don't think they're as bad as moments of the season have showed.
You said the Jags?
Yeah.
Chase?
I think the Colts are going to break the curse. I think they've lost like an insane amount of games in a row in Jacksonville. And there's this, I don't know if you guys have seen that Colts fan online who makes those songs.
Oh, yeah. This is our Colts.
Yeah.
This is
so
our team.
I'm going to bleed blue this week.
We bleed blue.
Yeah. I'm going to rock with the Colts for that.
That guy's a legend. That's Lucas's dad.
I'm going with the Jags here at home.
Damn it.
I think both of these teams are garbage, so I'm going with the home team.
You see what this guy's doing? He's just
copying all your picks.
he's just copying all my picks. And this guy's been last place like damn near every single week or right there.
That's just not true at all.
Well, not last place, but you've been right at the
I haven't
bottom.
worn the hot dog suit once, Chris.
Yeah, but
How
you've
you
been
coming
like
at the booth boy right now. I said we got a truce today, damn it.
You've been like one step. You've been like one step above last place. You're getting like fifth every time.
You
or
have.
fourth.
You have.
Yeah.
You've been pretty close. Easy. Who do you got?
Give me the Jags.
The Jags. I'm going Indy.
0-4, they gotta get one, man.
I'm going Indy. I bleed blue too.
If Anthony Richardson plays
Let's
banged up
cook them
too.
and eat their spots.
Whoa.
What he said today?
No, he said that about the Bengals. He said, let's cook them and eat their stripes.
Oh, wow.
So, Jaguars, they got spots.
Oh, that's aggressive.
Hey. That guy's fucking, that guy's awesome. That is Lucas's dad. Next up, Chris, Miami versus New England. Poop bowl. Who do you got? Divisional poop bowl.
Yeah, this is the divisional toilet
Poop
bowl.
bowl.
Ah, dude, I gotta go. It's in New England, right?
Yes, it is. In Foxborough.
You're just waiting for me to. You want me to fail so bad this week?
No. I'm just,
Yeah. All right. You know what? Fuck it. Lock New England.
damn.
Lock
That
New
is
England.
spite against Tyreek Hill right there.
Locking New England.
I might
Chase.
be locking the Dolphins. We'll see.
Chase, who do you got?
Dolphins, Patriots in New England.
Yeah, poop bowl.
I'll what's their lighthouse thing? I'll go with the Patriots.
I don't know. I have no idea.
It's a pick 'em. I think the other.
It's literally a pick 'em. Who you got?
For. Oh God.
What's the line
Give me
on Caesars?
I said it earlier in the season. Fins up, baby.
Fins up.
Give me the fins.
Easy.
See what happens when I call them.
Give me
out?
the Pats, bro. They're such dog shit quarterback play right
See
now.
what happens.
I mean, and that's a pretty good defense too.
I'm going New England.
They just lost
too.
Jaden Phillips.
Yeah, I'm going New England as well. The Dolphins suck. All right, next up, Green Bay versus Los Angeles Rams
Damn, this would have been a good lock.
in
too.
LA.
Yeah. I'm going with Green Bay. I know the Rams are good, but I know they're fighting, but I'm
Locking
gonna
the
go Green
Patriots is crazy.
Bay. Yeah, no. I know.
Chase?
I'm feeling myself right
Who do you
now.
got?
I'm taking the Packers against the Rams.
Nick? You bleed blue.
Am I doing it? Am I doing it? Give me the Rams.
Wow.
Jordan Love 0-2 as a starter in 2024. Mr. MVP, top 5 quarterback going into Matthew Stafford's house. Give me the Rams all day, baby.
Wow, he locked it too. That's crazy.
You locked it? He locked it. Lock is
Stop
in.
it.
Easy.
You can't just make shit
You
up
locked
on
it.
locks.
Easy. What do you got?
This is
Give me the
confirmed.
Packers, man. This Rams team is fucking beat the fuck up.
Yeah, I am taking the Packers as well. Jordan Love's going
Are
to throw
you
all over
locking
this.
it then?
I'll lock it, yeah. I'll lock
Yeah,
the
you
Packers.
guys are idiots for not locking
So
that.
I locked the Packers. Nick locked the Rams.
Okay. So
Next up, Chris, who do we got? Dallas versus Pittsburgh.
Dallas versus Pittsburgh.
And I'm from Pittsburgh.
Look, I don't want to go because last week was the week of the dogs, so I don't want to go too many dogs here. And I imagine who's favored, but I just don't like the Cowboys, man. Give me Pittsburgh. I think they're
Pittsburgh's
favored.
probably
Probably.
favored,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I don't want to go with them,
Dallas sucks.
but yeah. Give me Pittsburgh, man.
Chase?
They know their style of play.
It's true.
I'm going to take the Steelers.
Steelers. Nick?
Stillers.
Easy?
Well, what's the game?
Steelers
Dallas and
hosting
Pittsburgh.
Dallas.
Steelers hosting
Yeah,
Dallas.
in I don't even know what their
Hosting.
stadium's called.
Heinz
Field,
right?
Heinz Field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they changed the name though. Actually,
It's like Acrisure Field now.
It's
It's always Heinz.
It's Heinz.
yeah, it's always Heinz Field.
Heinz Ward, Heinz Field. Come on.
Yep.
Come on. They named it after him.
Oh
And they named
man,
that ketchup after Heinz Ward.
You know all of like
Philadelphia.
Facts.
the signs, like the mile markers on the highway, have like the little Heinz like logo that you see on the bottles.
Damn.
It's like that weird shape on.
Does Heinz just like own the city of Pittsburgh or something?
It's like all of it. It's like
big
all across the
ketchup
state.
running
I'm pretty sure.
everything.
Yes. Big ketchup running those steel mills. All right, who do you got, Easy?
Fuck, dude. I guess the Steelers.
This is our Colts. This is our team.
Yeah,
I take
we bleed.
Pittsburgh. Next up, Arizona versus 49ers. We got to get through these last
Yeah.
four fast.
Arizona versus San Fran?
Yeah.
Give me San Fran.
All right, Chase.
Niners.
All right.
Niners.
Easy.
Locking them.
49ers.
Locking the Niners.
Niners lock.
I thought you locked Rams.
He did lock the Rams.
It was
He double locked.
bullshit.
I'm also
Everybody's-
taking the Niners. Next up, Chris. Raiders, Broncos.
Oh, this is shitty.
Another shit bowl.
This is shitty. You know what? I know Devontae Adams is out, so give me Broncos.
Chase.
Broncos.
Sorry, what's the team?
Raiders, Broncos.
Broncos.
Nick.
Everyone laughed at me when I took the Raiders on an island last week, and I'm doing it again. The Raiders.
All right, Nixon. Easy. Who do you got?
Give me the Broncos. Their defense is legit.
I am taking the Raiders as well.
Hey, let's
You're
go.
not on an island, Nick.
Let's go.
Through your life raft. All right, Chris. Giants, Seattle. Who do you got?
Seattle. Easy.
Chase?
I'm gonna take the Giants.
Oh, there goes Chase.
Nick?
Down goes Chase. I'm taking the Hawks.
Easy?
You know, there's that thing going where the teams are lost every single game after they play the Detroit Lions. Old black and blue version, but no Malik Neighbors in this one. I should have told you that because now speaking my game's pick. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
And that's my lock.
Yep.
I was going
You were
to take,
gonna say
I
it.
was going to take the Giants because of that, but then I was like, yeah, Malik Neighbors not playing. No fucking
no
way
fucking
they win this
way,
game.
bro.
Still believing.
All right, that is the pick of Chase. So you need a lock.
Can you run through them real fast?
Houston lock, Minnesota, Houston,
Minnesota!
Indy, Pittsburgh, Denver, or the Giants.
Giants.
There's too many good options.
Yeah, a lot of good
I
options.
will lock Indy.
Indy
Yes.
is
Wow.
Let's bleed blue.
That's a crazy
Shout out
one.
Lucas and his dad. All right, we're gonna do these reads and then we're gonna get out of here.
Why
Tell
is
us
that
about
Lucas's
boys and
dad?
girls.
All
Lucas
right.
is a Colts guy.
Boys and Girls Club
Is he?
is
Oh,
the
yeah.
best
Big Colts
youth
guy.
football league in Metro Detroit. It is Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League. Offers youth ages 5 to 14 with 6 exciting teams to choose from in the locations of Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. And all coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks. You register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. And don't forget, equipment, meals, and transportation are included, all with the chance to play the championship at Ford Field for just $175 per child. Put the youth back at youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sports. Tell us about Sabbath.
Let me tell you about Sabbath. It's the best coffee in the game, and you can have delicious, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door by subscribing to Sabbath Coffee Roasters. You use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Awaken, unwind, support local, and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Well,
Sonny, real quick, 23.5 Spartans tonight. Do they cover?
No.
Do they keep it close?
no.
Hell
Aiden
no.
Childs?
No.
So then,
Jonathan
no,
Smith
no,
revenge
no.
game?
Joey Harrington
Oregon
actually
State?
just hit me up
Oregon?
already
Revenge
talking
game.
shit.
Yeah.
What?
Joey Harrington already hit us up talking shit.
Joey, get ready, Joey. You're losing. No, they're Michigan
Did he actually, though?
Yeah,
Michigan
on
State's
Twitter.
going to get swept.
That's awesome.
But that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you tapping in.
Wait. Nick, what's your trade?
Oh, fuck the trade.
Fuck the trade.
I got
Shout out-
Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, and CeeDee Lamb on the same team. Let's go.
Shout out
Chuba
to
Hubbard.
Matthew Broder. Today was his last day.
Shout out.
As a member of the Wake Up Woodward crew, he'll still be here for Woodward in Maine, but he's going on to better himself. So shout out to you, Broder. You're the man.
Shout out.
Appreciate everything
Follow
you've
him
done for
on
us.
socials.
Follow him on all socials.
Matt
Broder.
Bro 21.
He's Matt Bro 21. Great guy. Obviously, you guys know
Great
him very
guy.
well. Great guy. Some might say
One
the
of the
best.
best.
Some might say the best.
Originally known to us as Southpaw Slabs.
Yeah, that's right.
Southpaw Slabs. He was the man. Now he's Matthew Broder. Shout out to Broder. Wish you the best of luck, brother.
At Matt Bro 21, give him a follow.
But that'll do it for us today. For Easy, Nick, Chase, Chris, I am Spencer with the Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
No tomorrow.
No tomorrow.